track how much money is spent in sending children of the rich at the expense of the poor to school, you discover that an average son of a politically connected or a politically exposed person going to a school in the UK is spending over maybe £200,000 a year, the big schools. And if you break that down to Naira, it could almost build a building, a structure that has over 6 classrooms that is of the highest standard. They are stealing it from you. That is why I said, as part of our policy, that whereas we have no right to stop anybody from sending their children to school abroad, but they also have no right to steal our money to send their children to school abroad. And as a result, those monies that are retained, we will use it to give study grants to students that are going to school in Nigeria. In Denmark, Norway, students are paid to stay in school to the point that sometimes when they are supposed to spend 4 years in school, they spend 6 because they don't want to go.
What's the population of Denmark?
No. Stop talking about the population. The population of Nigeria is big. The problem is the population of the thieves, which is not big, but they're taking the biggest of our resources. So we want to stop that. Let everybody who can afford to send their children to school, send their children to school. It's your problem. But don't steal government funds to send your children to school and then prevent students who are supposed to have access to their own national resources.
Please take note
make
of
them stay at home.
My follow-up question. And the reason I will ask it now is...
And I wanted to answer
that guy that said he wants to be in our government. Let him join our party. This is a youth party. No more ancestors in government when we win. No more ancestors. Yeah. There are a few more questions I need you to deal with. And when you are done with them, perhaps come back and talk about how you deal with corruption, since you were talking about how to deal with the money. Okay, so somebody asked... what your, whether you remove subsidy.
Oh, subsidy.
Yes.
I think we should stop calling it subsidy. Okay. That's maybe it will make it easier. That particular name has been demonized. The subsidy they say we have in Nigeria is the subsidy of the oligarchs, the people who are importing petrol alone. When you take crude out of Nigeria, crude, after the state has a capacity to get a lot of products, including your hair shampoo. We take our own crude out, we go with a whole crude. When we are coming back with just gallons of petrol, kerosene, jet A1, and that's all. And we see petrol at nose. Our solution is to repair our refineries. And before you shout, oh, Sowore has come again, you are helping one man in Lagos to finish his refinery. But this government
has already said that subsidy is going out in June, so presumably you don't disagree.
I'm not taking, what I'm saying is that whatever the poor people of this country can enjoy from government, the only thing they enjoy, we'll keep it. But we will not allow the oligarchs to add their own bill on top of it. Let me tell you, kerosene is not subsidized.
Yes.
How is it that it's not giving us any palliative? Diesel is not subsidized. Why is it that we are not getting anything in return for unsubsidized diesel? So they just criminalize and demonize subsidy as if you can't support your citizens. I'm not from Nigeria. Let me just put this in. I'm not a U.S. citizen, guys. Hear this out. While COVID was going on, the U.S. government sent me 3 checks. I was in detention. They were sending me money. I'm not even their citizen. Is that not subsidizing your citizenry? Our own leaders, they were hiding palliatives. No, it's true. From the people, until the people went and liberated the palliatives in Jos. Did you not hear that? Okay, so we cannot keep saying that government does not subsidize. Government subsidizes everywhere. In fact, the most subsidized people in Nigeria are the elites, the oligarchs.
The problem is I'm not too sure that anybody here doesn't know what the problems are.
I'm giving you, I'm saying I'm...
So
I've told you I'm
about what
not
has
removing
happened.
subsidy, but don't call it subsidy so that to make it look bad.
Okay, so
we must support our citizens who are vulnerable. There are 130 million Nigerians who have been thrown into the poverty market. How do you just treat them as if they are nobody?
Is your practical plan? Because I have to assume
I've
you've
talked about repairing refineries. You have 4 refineries in Nigeria.
You will carry on subsidy until refineries have been sorted.
And when you fix refineries, you will have more than enough.
How do you ensure that the subsidy, like you said, is not stolen and you only pay for the subsidy that goes directly to the people? I'm asking for practical plans.
Was I not the one who outed all the subsidy thieves on Sahara Reporters in 2004? Did you forget? I know them individually. By the time I come to government, they know that they're out of business. Because I know them. I know all the people who are in charge of stealing subsidy money in Nigeria. I'm not saying this to brag. I know them, they know me. I know what each one of them is stealing. I know people who were importing water into Nigeria under Jonathan, who called it petrol. Okay. Did it not happen? Okay. That they were prosecuted, they were arrested, but they were never prosecuted till today.